Ready to relinquish doubt and befriend your most actualized self?
Prime Video and executive producer and creator Little Marvin is back with their second season of Them, which was subtitled The Scare, and I'll share my thoughts about the ending and its connections to season 1. But first, let's get the conversation going in the comments. What did you all think about season 2? Did you have a favorite character, moment, or episode? What were some elements of the show that didn't work for you all, and what did you personally think of the ending? Let's talk about it all in the comments below. With that being said, let's break it all down. Full spoilers ahead. Now, the story is based in Los Angeles and set almost 40 years after the first installment, Covenant, and follows LAPD homicide detective Dawn Reeve. Now, she is assigned to investigate the murder of a foster home mother and is left shaken as she has no idea how close this case is to her actual family. Now, while this season wasn't nowhere near as traumatic or as focused on historical events like the Great Migration from season 1, it did put a focus on generational trauma within the Emery family and its ties to the supernatural entity. As Dawn enters her foster home again, she is immediately taken back to when they were kids, and she sees a little Edmund getting yelled at and chased down by their foster mom. As things from the opening crime scene that triggered Dawn are starting to circle back, from her realizing the broken clock and the dining room doors, they both hide under the sink as it is revealed that this was the place that they hid whenever their foster mom would abuse them, and is the exact same place in which their foster mom's dead body was found in the opening scene of episode 1. As Dawn is dragged out of the sink and she sees the day that they were given to their foster mom by their biological mother. A very unexpected surprise, as it is revealed to be Ruby Lee Emery from Them season 1, as she leaves her baby twins with their Ann and Andy dolls with their new foster mom. Now, this clearly connects the events and continues the trauma that the Emery family faced because of the deal Hiram made with the devil back in season 1. Now, to take a bit of a deeper dive, remember in season 1, Ruby faced the demon disguised as a white girl who was named Dolores. Now, Dolores tried to convince Ruby that her blackness made her ugly and that she should try to be more white. Now, this might be a bit of a stretch, but looking at Edmund and him being taken in by a white family, and at times in this season, he kind of struggled with his blackness, and now knowing who his mother is and that she struggled with a similar experience, this to me made another connection and made a connection between these characters shared between mother and son. Now, it is also important to understand why Ruby gave her babies away. As Ruby explains to the foster mom, her experience as a kid never left her, but she also promised to never become her mother and allow pain to consume her like the death of her sibling did, but she also thought that she was breaking the family curse by giving them a clean slate, or at least that's what she hoped. Fast forward to 6 months later, we watch a happy family dinner, including Corey, as it's most likely alluded to that they're going to probably get back together, which is unfortunate for poor Reggie. See, Dawn takes another look into her mother's hidden box, which to me had a double meaning in this episode, one being the literal box that her and her brother would be put in by their foster mom, but also this box representing the secrets that she kept away from her family origin. As she looks at a picture of her and her twin brother, as she notices another picture behind it, and it's one of the Emery family. Dawn is shocked to see the identical resemblance she has to her grandmother Lucky, as we end with the man walking up the stairs, whistling, and he walks towards her, as it is revealed to be the tap dance man from season 1 taunting her as he tells her,
"What you gonna do? What you gonna do?"
Now, for those who don't remember, the Tap Dance Man was a supernatural entity that targeted Dawn's grandfather, Henry Emery, and preyed on his frustrations with the everyday treatment he endured as a black man in America and made Henry do some pretty violent things. Now, Henry was shown in the finale of season 1 to defeat his demon by shooting it in the head and wiping off his black face to be revealed to be a white man. But now, does this mean it's return to force Dawn to seek some type of revenge on those who wronged her and her family for a possible season 3? But before I share my thoughts on what a season 3 can potentially look like, let's backtrack and talk about those events from season 1. Now, in the finale, we were led to believe that the curse was broken, but now, was it? Was this Andy doll an extension of the deal Hiram made with the devil to kill them, aka the decades of black families that moved into the Compton area before being murdered, or was this a different demon altogether? I'm torn between both options being true because the Andy doll's true origins were never explained. The way the story was told, the demon appeared to be some type of urban legend that some people in the neighborhood knew of, going back to episode 2 and the drug dealer knowing that it was here to kill them all. Now call this a plot hole, or maybe I just missed it entirely, but I don't recall them explaining the lore and mythology of this particular demon. Why did the victims cover their mirrors? Was this demon killing before Edmund, and did it kill during the 2 years after Edmund took his own life? All we know of the demon is that it took the form of the Andy doll, and it preyed on Edmund's weaknesses and fears of being alone with no family. Where does its power stem from? Why did it choose Edmund? Now, if this was a separate entity from the Hyman ghost, I want to go back to remembering the opening quote from Aristotle from episode 1 of this season. Was this demon a literal manifestation of fear, pain, evil, and the scare come to life? Let me know your thoughts on the origins and connections of this scare demon in the comments below. Bringing it back to what it could look like for season 3, does the show stick with the idea of the format of bringing back maybe 1 or 2 characters from this season or even season 1, and maybe we go to a new time period? Maybe it's the early or late 2000s and we explore a different racial situation. For example, bringing it to 2009 when we had Barack Obama becoming the president of the United States. And maybe connect it back to learning what happened to the rest of the Emery family and the events after season 1. Does Dawn look for her biological mother? Which, by the way, who was the father of those twins? And that's going to be the end of this breakdown. Make sure to leave your thoughts on this season in the comments below. From your pros, your cons, your favorite moments, least favorite moments. What was your favorite episode? Who was your favorite character? Share any Easter eggs, theories, or deeper meanings you all took away. And what would you all like to see in a possible season 3 of them? Thank you all for watching this video. You all are awesome. Stay safe, and I'll catch you all on the next video.